Hello friends, I am Jairachi Rathore welcoming you in the session of assignment 3.1 which is based on algebra of the matrix. So without wasting time, let's move to the questions. Question of the matrix equation. Solve the equation for getting the value of A, B, C and D. So here we have to simplify our left side. So without wasting time, let's solve the left side. Let's subtract corresponding terms. 2 minus A is your first term. Then minus 3 minus C. So here we have minus 3 minus C. And the next term is 4 minus B. So let's write down 4 minus B. And the last one is 0 minus D. So here we'll get minus D. Okay. Right hand side will be as it is. So now if these two matrices are equal to each other, then their corresponding terms should be equal to each other. So let's compare their corresponding term. First term is 2 minus A and here we have 1. So we'll get A is equal to 1. Then the next term is minus 3 minus C is equal to 4. So here we'll get C is equal to minus 7. The next term is 4 minus B should be equal to 2. So we can say B is equal to 2. And the last term is minus D should be equal to minus 5. So we can say D is equal to 5. So here we can say the value of A, B, C and D should be 1, 2, minus 7 and finally 5. So tada! Option C is your final answer. Let's see the simple question. Here matrix A is 5 minus 3 2 4 and matrix B is 6 minus 4 3 6. We just have to find A minus B. So let's find out A minus B. This is A minus B. Okay, and you know that both have the same order, 2 cross 2. So we can subtract them. Okay. The subtraction of the matrix is quite easy. First of all, 5 minus 6. So here we'll get minus 1. Then the second term, minus 3 minus 4. So it will be 1. Then the next term is 2 minus its corresponding term is 3. So 2 minus 3 will be minus 1. And finally, the last term, 4 minus 6. So minus 2. So tada! Minus 1, 1, minus 1, minus 2 is your answer, which is option B. Let's quickly move to the next question. If A is 1 minus 2, 3, 0, B minus 1, 4, 2, 3, and C is 0 minus 1, 1, 2, then we have to find 5A minus 3B minus 2C, right? So let's try to get 5A minus 3B minus 2C. First of all, let's put the values of the matrix. So here we have. Now I suggest let's multiply the constant terms to the matrix. So we have to multiply 5 to the each term of the matrix first. So 5 into 1 will be 5, 5 into minus 2 will be minus 10, 5 3s are 15 and 5 zeros are 0. Okay. Now in this second term, I suggested we have to multiply minus 3 rather than 3 only. Okay. So it will become simpler addition of the matrix. Okay. So let's multiply minus 3 to the corresponding terms of the B matrix. Minus 3 minus 1s are 3, minus 3 plus 4s are minus 12, minus 3 2s are minus 6, and then minus 3 3s are minus 9. And the same thing with the third term. Minus 2 zeros are 0, minus 2 minus 1s are 2, minus 2 1s are minus 2, and minus 2 zeros are 0. Okay. So now we just have to simply add the matrix, right? Let's take the corresponding terms. The A11 term, 5 plus 3 plus 0 will be 8. Then minus 10, minus 12 and plus 2 will be minus 20. The next term, 15 minus 6 minus 2 will give us plus 7. And the last term is 0, minus 9 and 0. So here we have minus 9. Tada! 8 minus 27 minus 9 is your answer. Option B is your final answer. In our next question, we have a matrix equation. We have to solve this equation to get the value of x and y. So first of all, let's get our matrix equation. Here it is. Now let's simplify both sides so we can compare the matrix. Okay, so on left side, let's add two matrices. The corresponding first terms are x plus minus 2. So we will get x minus 2. Then the corresponding term is 0 plus 1. So it will give us 1. Okay. Next term is 1 plus 3, give us 4. And then y plus 4. Okay. So here we simplified our left hand side. Now similarly, let's simplify the right hand side. 3 minus 2 will give us 1. Then 5 minus 4, 1. The next corresponding term, 6 minus 2 will give us 4. And finally 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So here we simplified both the side. Now it's time to compare the terms. The first terms are x minus 2 and 1. So if both matrices are equal to each other, then their corresponding terms should be equal to each other. That means x minus 2 should be equal to 1. And it will give us x is equal to 3. Our first answer. Now the second term is 1 is equal to 1. So yes, it is true. 1 is equal to 1. The next term is 4. So 4 is equal to 4. So yes, it is also true. Now the last term is y plus 4 should be equal to 2. That means our y must be minus 2. So yes, all the conditions are satisfied. Then we will get x is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 2. Tada! Option B is your final answer. In this question, matrix A 4 1 3 2 is given and I is the identity matrix of 2 cross 2. And we have to find A square minus 6A. So first of all, let's find out A square, which is A into A. Both have order of 2 cross 2. So without wasting time, let's get the resultant matrix, which is also in order of 2 cross 2. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. The first element is in first row, first column. So let's select first row and first column and multiply the corresponding term. 4 4s are 16 and 1 3s are 3. Then next one is in first row, second column. So let's again select the first row and the second column to multiply the corresponding term. So 4 1s are 4 and 1 2s are 2. Ta-da! The next element is in second row, first column. So second row and the first column. 3 will multiply with 4 and 2 will multiply with 3. Okay, and the last element, which is in second row, second column, will be produced by multiplying 3 with 1 and 2 with 2. Okay, so the resultant A square is actually 19 6 18 and 7, right? So we get our first term. Now it's time for the next term, minus 6a. To get that, we have to multiply minus 6 to the individual terms. So minus 6 4s are minus 24, minus 6 1s are minus 6, minus 6 3s are minus 18, minus 6 2s are minus 12. So here we easily get our minus 6a. Now we are ready to find out a square minus 6a. A square is 19 6 18 7 plus minus 6a is here. Now we are ready to add. So simply we will get minus 5 0 0 and minus 5, which is actually minus 5 into 1 0 0 1. We know this is the identity matrix. So the correct option is minus 5i2. Ta-da! Let's quickly move to the next question, in which one matrix is given. Then we have to find a square is equal to what? Is it a unitary matrix or null matrix or a itself or minus a, right? So to get the final answer, we have to find a square, which is actually a into a, right? Here we have matrix A into matrix A. First of all, let's check their order. Actually, they are 3 cross 3, right? So yes, they satisfied the condition of multiplication of matrix, and our answer will also in terms of 3 cross 3, right? So we will have 1 2 and 3 rows and 1 2 and 3 columns. Okay, so let's find out the first element, which is in the first row and first column. So first of all, we have to select first row and first column, right? Then we have to multiply the corresponding terms. 1 will multiply with 1, it's 1, plus 0 will multiply with 0, give us 0, then 0 will multiply with a, will give us 0, right? Let's quickly move to the second term, which is in first row and second column. So first row, second column is selected, and multiply the corresponding terms. So 1 into 0 will give us 0, plus 0 into 1 will give us 0, and finally 0 into b will give us 0. Now let's move to the next one, which is in first row and third column. So let's select first row and third column and start to multiply the corresponding terms. 1 into 0 will give us 0, plus 0 into 0 will give us 0, finally 0 into minus 1 will give us 0, right? Now let's move to the second row. The first element of the second row is in the second row and first column. So it will get by multiplying 0 with 1, 0, plus 1 into 0, 1, and then 0 into a, will also 0. Actually, this one will be 0. Okay. Now this next element is in second row, second column. So start to multiply the corresponding term. 0 into 0 will give us 0, plus 1 into 1 will give us 1, and 0 into b will give us 0. Now the next element is in second row and third column. So let's select second row and third column, and after multiplication we will get 0, plus 0, plus 0, right? So here we successfully get our second row also. Now let's quickly move to the third row first column. Select third row first column, multiply corresponding term. A ones are a, plus b zeros are 0, then minus 1 is a minus a. Ta-da! Similarly, the next element can be found from this selecting third row and second column and multiply the corresponding term. A zeros are 0, then plus B ones are B, and the last one minus 1 B is a minus B, right? Last element will be get from multiplying third row and third column. 0 plus 0 and plus minus 1 into minus 1 will be 1, right? Okay, so let's simplify to get our final answer. And the final matrix is 1 and 0, 0. Second row is 0, 1, 0. And A minus A is also 0, B minus B is also 0. And the last term, this is actually 0. 0 plus 1 will give us 1, which is identity matrix of order 3. So the correct option is unit matrix. Ta-da! Now here we have one beautiful question in which we have 4 matrices: U of the order of 1 cross 3, X of the order of 1 cross 3 again, B has the order of 3 cross 1, and Y has the order of 3 cross 1. Then we have to obtain UV plus XY. So let's find out UV first, then we will find out XY, and then we will add them. Okay, quite easy. Fatapat, let's begin with UV. UV is order of 1 cross 3, V is order of 3 cross 1. So they satisfied the condition of multiplication and the answer will be order of 1 cross 1. So we will have only one element, right, which will be obtained from multiplying the first and only one row and the first column. So let's multiply 2 with 3, 6, and minus 3 with 2 will give us minus 6, and finally 4 with 1 will give us plus 4. So we can say the final answer is 4. Okay. Similarly, let's find out XY, which is also have the resultant matrix in the order of 1 cross 1. So 0 will multiply with 2, 2 will multiply with 2, give us 4, and 3 will multiply with 4 will give us 12. Finally, we will get 16, right? So UV plus XY will be 4 plus 16, or we can say 20. So which of the following option is correct? Option A or D? Yes, option D is the correct answer, because in option D here we have matrix of order 1 cross 1. In option A only element is represented, right, which is the wrong one. Any operation between matrix will give us matrix itself, okay, not the number. Okay, in our next question we have to simplify the terms. So let's begin with the first term. Here it is. First matrix is the order of 2 cross 3 and the second one is the order of 3 cross 1. They satisfied the condition of multiplication. Answer will be in the order of 2 cross 1. So the resultant matrix have 2 rows and 1 column. So let's get the first element, which is in first row, first column. So we have to select first row, first column and multiply the respective terms. 7 with 3, 21, 1 4s are 4, and 2 5s are 10. Okay, the next element, which is in second row, first column, will be obtained by multiplying 9 with the 3, give us 27, 2 4s are 8, and 1 5s are 5. So the resultant matrix will be 35 and 40. Okay, now let's simplify the second term. It's quite easy task. Just multiply 2 with the individual elements, get 8 and 4, right? Okay, so the resultant matrix will be summation of the A and B, right? So let's get A plus B, and the answer will be 35 plus 8, 43, and 40 plus 4, 44. Option A is your final answer. Ta-da! Now here we have a cute little but khatarnak question. In question, this kind of a condition, or we can say matrix equation, is given, and we have to find the value of m and n. So let's get the condition. Here it is. On left side we have multiplication of two matrix, right? So we should simplify it. Before we multiply, let's check their order. The order of first matrix is 1 cross 2, and the order of second matrix is 2 cross 1. So yes, it satisfied the condition of matrix multiplication. These two numbers are equal to each other, and our answer must be in order of 1 cross 1. So we only have one element, right? And it is obvious that on right side we have 1 cross 1 matrix, so we should get the multiplication of order 1 cross 1 matrix. Okay, so let's multiply the first row and first column. M will multiply with m will give us m square, and then multiplication of n with n give us n square is equal to 25. Now let's compare the elements. Will give us m square plus n square is equal to 25. Now here we have two unknowns and only one equation, so technically we cannot solve this equation, but this is the MCQ, so we can check the options which satisfied this condition, right? So we have B and C, both options which satisfied the condition m square plus n square is equal to 24, right? But the another condition which says that m is less than n is only satisfied by 3, 4, right? So option B is your right answer, not C. Okay, next question is based on the matrix multiplication. Here we have three matrices A, B and C, and we have to find which of the expression is not defined. Okay, so one by one we have to check that which of this expression is not defined. So let's begin with the A. In A it is given, you have to check a square plus 2b minus 2a, right? Okay, now here we have to check the order of each term. The first term is a square. Now we know that a square is basically multiplication of a with itself, and the order of a is 3 cross 3, right? So here we have multiplication of two matrices having order 3 cross 3, which will give us the matrix of 3 cross 3, right? So the order of first term will be 3 cross 3. Now let's move to the second term, which is 2 into b. Basically b is the order of 3 cross 2. So 2b will also have the order of 3 cross 2, right? And similarly the last term will be order of 3 cross 3. So as you can see, option A represent addition of three matrices which don't have equal order, right? So we can say this expression, or we can say this operation is not defined. Okay, so option A is the right answer of this question. Let's see the question which is related with the base of matrix multiplication. In question, it is given that matrix A into B will give us matrix C. Then we have to find the correct order of A, B and C. Now first of all, let me remind you something. If matrix A into matrix B having order M cross N and P cross Q is possible, then N should be equal to P. This is the necessary condition which should satisfy to multiply two matrices. If this condition is not satisfied, then we cannot multiply two matrices. Okay. Now, if N equal to P, then we multiply A into B and we will get the resultant matrix C. And the order of this matrix should be in terms of M cross P. M cross Q, sorry. So the order of resultant matrix will be M cross Q, right? These two conditions should be satisfied to get our right answer. Okay, let's see options one by one. The first one is A having order of 2 cross 3 and B having order of 3 cross 2. So here 3 and 3 are equal. So option A satisfied the first condition, but the resultant matrix should be in terms of 2 cross 2, which is not equal to the order of C, right? So option A is the correct, wrong one. Now let's move to the B option. B has order of A as a 3 cross 2 and B matrix has order of 2 cross 3. So let's check the first condition. So yes, 2 and 2 are equal. So the resultant matrix have the order of 3 cross 3. Now let's see the order of C, which is given in option. So no, C has the order of 3 cross 2, which is not equal to 3 cross 3. So option B will also the wrong one. Okay. Now let's move to the C option. A having order of 3 cross 3 and B has an order of 2 cross 3. So 2 is not equal to 3. So it does not satisfy the first condition. So option C is also wrong one. Now let's see the D. D has order of A is 3 cross 2 and B having order 2 cross 3. So yes, it satisfied the first condition and the resultant one should has order of 3 cross 3. Now let's check the order of C. So yes, C has order of 3 cross 3. So option D satisfied both the condition. So we can say the correct option is D. Ta-da! Now we get the little but interesting question. If A is M cross N matrix and B is a matrix such that both AB and BA is defined, then we have to find order of B. Before we solve this question, let me remind you something. If we have to multiply two matrices A and B, then number of column of first matrix should be equal to number of row of the second matrix, right? So if we assume that order of B is P cross Q, then N should be equal to P, right? So from the first matrix multiplication, which is A into B, we suggest that if A into B is exist, then there must be P is equal to N, right? Okay, but it is also given that B into A is also defined, right? So if we see their orders, we will get Q should be equal to M, right? So finally we will get the order of B, which we assume that it is P cross Q. Now we can say P is equal to N and Q is equal to M. So your final answer is N cross M. Tada! Option B is your answer. Let's move to the next question. In this question, we have matrix A of order 1 cross 2, matrix B of order again 1 cross 2, matrix C of order 2 cross 1. Then we have to select the correct statement. Now let's inspect one by one. First one is A is equal to minus B. As you can see, it is the wrong one. And in option B, A will cancel out and it is but obvious that B is not equal to minus B. So option B will also a wrong one. Now let's try option C. In option C, we have to multiply A with C. So here we have our A and C matrix. We know that A is the order of 1 cross 2 and C is the order of 2 cross 1. So yes, they satisfied the condition of multiplication and our answer will be in the order of 1 cross 1. So we will get only one element which will be produced by multiplying the one and only row with one and only column. So A into A will give us A square and B into minus A will give us minus AB. So yes, we get our AC. Now let's find out BC to check whether it is correct or not. So here we have BC. B is the order of 1 cross 2 and C is the order of 2 cross 1, and it also satisfied the condition of matrix multiplication. It is obvious that our resultant matrix will be order of 1 cross 1. So here we also have the one and only element which will produce by multiplication of first row, or we can say the one and only row with the one and only column. So here we will get BA minus B actually, and minus A with minus A will give us plus A square. So as you can see, the resultant of A into C and B into C is equal to each other. So tada! Option C is your correct answer. Next question has a matrix A of order 1 cross 3 and B of order 3 cross 3. We have to find A into B. So before we multiply, let's check it satisfied the condition. So yes, number of column of first matrix and number of row of second matrix is same, and the resultant matrix will be order of 1 cross 3. And if you see carefully, the only option C having order of 1 cross 3 matrix, right? So we already get our correct option, but still I like to multiply A into B. Okay, so here we have A into B. You know that A has my order of 1 cross 3 and this will be 3 cross 3. So our answer will be order of 1 cross 3. That means we will have 1 row and 3 columns. Without wasting time, let's find out first element, which is in first row, first column. So let's select first row and first column and start to multiply the corresponding term. 1 into minus 5 is minus 5, 0 into 2 into 0 will give us 0, and 3 into 1 will give us plus 3, right? Now the next element, which is in first row and second column, you have to select first row and the second column. So let's start multiplying. 1 into 4 will give us 4. 2 into 2 will give us again 4, and 3 into minus 3 will give us minus 9, right? And the last one is in first row and third column. So let's select first row and third column and multiply 1 with 0, 0, 2 with minus 2, 1 will give us minus 2, and 3 into plus 2 will give us plus 2, plus 6. So finally our answer is minus 2, minus 1, 4, the order of 1 cross 3, which we already predict, right? Ta-da! Let's see the next question, in which we have to multiply two matrices. Here they are. First one is the order of 3 cross 1. Second one is in the order of 1 cross 3. So first of all, we have to check whether they are satisfying the condition or not. So yes, these two numbers are equal to each other, so matrix multiplication is possible. The resultant matrix will be order of 3 cross 3. That means it has 3 rows and 3 columns. And if you see carefully, the only option C has the order of 3 cross 3, right? But we should get the answer by complete calculation. So I will calculate it. Okay, so let's find out the first element, which is in first row and first column. So we have to multiply first row and first column. So here we will get 1 into 2, 2. Then move to the next element, which is in first row, second column. So first row, second column is selected. Multiply this one with the 1, we will get 1. And similarly, the last one, which is in first row and third column, will obtain by multiplying 1 with the minus 1, will give us minus 1. Similarly, for the next row, we have to multiply minus 1 with the 2. So we get minus 2. 1 in minus 1 into 1 give us minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 will give us 1. Okay, and the last row is obtained by 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 1, 2, and 2 into minus 1, minus 2. Ta-da! Which is exactly as the C. So option C is the correct answer. In our next question, we have two matrices, matrix A and matrix B. And it is given that A into B is equal to I. And using this condition, we have to find the value of X. Okay, no problem. Let's find out A into B. Here it is. Both have order 2 cross 2. That means our answer will also in terms of 2 cross 2, right? So we will have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? Okay, so let's find out the first element, and for that we have to select first row and first column and then multiply the corresponding term. 1 by 3 into 3 will give us 1, and 2 into 0 will give us plus 0, right? Okay, the next element is in first row and second column. So we have to select first row and second column and multiply corresponding terms. 1 by 3 into 6 will give us 2, plus 2 into minus 1 will be minus 2. Okay, now move to the next element, which is in second row and first column. So let's select second row and first column and multiply corresponding term. 0 into 3 will be 3, and 2x minus 3 into 0 will be 0. Sorry, 0 into 3 is not 3, it's actually 0, right? Okay, now next is in second row, second column. So we have to select second row and second columns and multiply the corresponding term. 0 into 6 will be 0, and 2x minus 3 into minus 1 will give us minus 2x plus 3. Okay, so finally we have 1 0 0 minus 2x plus 3, but it is given that A into B is actually I. So let's the matrix A be 1 0 0 minus 2x plus 3, and identity matrix of 2 cross 2 is 1 0 0 1, right? If we compare the corresponding terms, we will get 1 is equal to 1, 0 is equal to 0, and minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 1, which suggests that we will get x is equal to 1. Tada! Option B is your final answer. In this question, the matrix equation is given and we have to find the value of lambda which satisfied this equation, right? So first of all, we should find out the m square for solving the matrix equation, right? And you already know that m square means m into m, right? So here we have matrix m into matrix m. Okay, so both are 2 cross 2 matrix, so we can see the number of column of the second matrix is number of row of the second matrix, right? Okay, so our answer must be in terms of 2 cross 2, right? So the resultant matrix will have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? Okay, so the first element which is in the first row and first column will be produced by multiplying corresponding terms of the first row of the first matrix and first column of the second matrix, right? So let's multiply the corresponding terms. First one, 1 into 1 plus 1, plus the second corresponding term is 2 into 2 will give us 4, right? Okay, now we have to move to the second term which is in first row and second column. So let's select the first row and the second column and multiply to get your next element. 1 into 2 will be 2 plus 2 into 3 will be 6. Okay, now we have to move to the next element which is in the second row and first column. So now we are going to select second row and the first column. So let's multiply 2 with 1, give us 2, plus 4 into 3, 3 into 2 will give us 6, right? Now the last term which is in second row, second column. So we will select second row and second column. Let's multiply 2 into 2 will give us 4, plus 3 into 3 will give us 9. So tada! Here we get our m square. 4 into 1 is 5, 6 into 2 is 8, 6 into 2 is again 8, and 9 plus 4 will be 13, right? So we get our m square. Now let's find out minus lambda m. Actually we simply have to multiply lambda to the matrix m. So let's multiply minus lambda to the 1. So we will get minus lambda, then minus lambda into 2, minus 2 lambda, minus lambda into 2, again minus 2 lambda, and minus lambda into 3 will give us minus 3 lambda, right? So we get this middle term. Now the last term is minus I2. Actually I2 is identity matrix of 2 cross 2 which is 1 0 0 1. So here we will get minus 1 0 0 minus 1. Okay, all are 2 cross 2 matrix. So now we are ready to put the all terms in the equation. our equation is m square minus lambda m minus I2 is equal to 0, right? Let's put the values which we got. M square is 5, 8, 8, 13. Then minus lambda m is minus lambda minus 2 lambda minus 2 lambda and minus 3 lambda. And finally minus I2 is minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1 is equal to O, which is 0 matrix, right? So let's simplify to get the value of lambda. The first term of the left hand side will be 5 minus lambda minus 1 will give us 4 minus lambda. Then the second term 8 minus 2 lambda and 0, the 8 minus 2 lambda. Then 8 minus 2 lambda and 0 give us 8 minus 2 lambda. And the last term is 13 minus 3 lambda minus 1 will give us 12 minus 3 lambda. And right hand side is 0, 0, 0 and 0, right? Let's compare the corresponding terms. 4 minus lambda is 0 will give us lambda is equal to 4. The next term is 8 minus 2 lambda is equal to 0. So you can see lambda is equal to 4. તમે કહેશો સર લેમ્બડાની વેલ્યુ તો મળી ગઈ, આપણે બાકીના ટર્મ શું કરો કમ્પેર કરો? ભાઈ બધા જ ટર્મ્સ કમ્પેર કરવા પડે, બધાનો આન્સર સેમ આવવો જોઈએ. Then and then the unique solution is possible. Okay, so the third term is 8 minus 2 lambda will give us lambda is equal to 4. The last one 12 minus 3 lambda is equal to 0 will give us lambda is equal to 4. So tada, lambda is equal to 4 satisfied all the conditions, right? So our final answer is option D. In next question we have one matrix A and it is given that A square is the identity matrix, or we can say A square is equal to I2. Okay, then we have to find the value of x. So no problem, let's find out A square by using the matrix A. Then we will compare it with the I2. So let's find out A square, which is actually A into A, right? So here we have A into A, both are 2 cross 2 matrix, which means our resultant matrix is also order of 2 cross 2. So let's find out the first element, which is in first row, first column. So let's multiply the elements of first row and first column. X into x will give us x square, and then 1 into 1 will give us plus 1. The next element is in first row, second column. So let's select first row, second column and multiply the corresponding terms. X with 1 will give us x, and 1 with 0 will give us 0. Now let's move to the next term, which is actually in the second row and first column. So second and first column, 1 with x will give us x, and 0 with the 1 will give us 0. And the last element will be get by 1 into 1, which is 1, and 0 into 0 will give us plus 0. So tada, we get our A square. Now we have to compare this A square with the identity matrix. So let's compare them. A square is x square plus 1, x, x and 1. An identity matrix, we all know that 1, 0, 0, 1. Now let's compare. X square plus 1 should be equal to 1. So here we'll get x equal to 0. The same result will also obtain from the other elements, right? So tada, x equal to 0 is the acceptable and final answer, option D. Let's move to the next question, in which one matrix A is given and it is also given that A square is 0 matrix. Then we have to find the value of A and B, which are the elements of A and B. Okay, so first of all we should find out A square, and then we will compare with the 0 matrix to get the value of A and B. Okay, So let's go for a square, which is nothing but a into a. Here we have our a and a. Both have order 2 cross 2, so the multiplication is possible, and our answer will also in terms of 2 cross 2. That means we will have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? Okay, we know the procedure. The first element is in first row and first column, so select first row and first column and then multiply the corresponding term. 2 2s are 4 plus 2 is a 2a, right? Now the next element is in first row and second column, so let's select first row and the second column and multiply corresponding term. So 2 2s are 4 plus 2b's are 2b. Okay, now move to the second row. First element which is in second row and first column, so here we select second row and first column. Now it's time to multiply the corresponding term. 2a and ab, right? And the last element is in second row second column, so second row and the second column is selected. Multiply a 2s are 2a plus b b's are b square. So tada! Here we get our a square in terms of a and b. So we are ready to use the condition which is given in the question, that a square is 0 matrix O. So let's put the values of a square and 0. So here we are. Compare the terms. 4 plus 2a is equal to 0. So we can say 4 plus 2a equal to 0 will give us a is equal to minus 2, right? And the second term is 4 plus 2b, which is equal to 0, will give us b is equal to minus 2, right? So this is your final answer? No sir, we have to check the other elements. They must satisfied by these values, right? So let's compare the third element. So here we will get 2a plus ab is equal to 0. Put the values of a and b, and you can say for the value of a as a minus 2 and b as a minus 2, it satisfied this condition, right? Okay, and the last condition is 2a plus b square must be equal to 0, and check. Put the value of a and b, and yes, it is also satisfied the condition. So tada! The correct option is a, minus 2 and minus 2. Let's move to the next question. If a is lambda 1 minus 1 lambda, then for what value of lambda a square will be the 0 matrix? And to check that, first of all we have to find a square, which is actually a into a. So here we have our a into a. Now let's start the matrix multiplication. We know that both have 2 cross 2 order, so our answer will also in terms of 2 cross 2. That means we have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? So let's begin. The first element is in first row first column, so we are going to select first row and first column and multiply the corresponding term. Lambda square plus 1 into minus 1 will give us minus 1. And the next one is in first row second column, so let's select first row and second column and multiply corresponding term. Lambda into 1 will give us lambda, and 1 into minus lambda will give us minus lambda. The next element is in second row first column, so let's select second row and the first column and then multiply minus 1 to the lambda will give us minus lambda, and minus lambda into minus 1 will give us plus lambda, and the last element is in second row, second column. So let's select second row and second column, and as you know, minus will multiply to 1, will give us -1, minus lambda into minus lambda will give us plus lambda square. So tada, here we have a square as lambda square minus 1, 0, 0, and lambda square minus 1, right? But a square is a zero matrix which is given in the question. So let's compare a square, what we find, with the zero matrix which have all the elements as 0, 0, right? So we will get lambda square minus 1 equal to 0, or we can say lambda is equal to plus or minus 1, not only 1. Okay, so the correct option is option B. Ta-da! In our next question, matrix A of order 3 cross 3 and B having order the same order 3 cross 3, we have to find the element of third row and the third column of A into B. So first of all, we have to multiply A into B. So here they are, both have same order, so answer is also the order of 3 cross 3. That means it will have 3 rows and 3 columns. But we don't have to find the whole matrix. We just need element of third row and third column. So let's select third row and third column, right? So to get this element, we have to select third row and third column and multiply corresponding terms. So minus 2 into 3 will be minus 6, 2 into 5 will be plus 10, and finally 0 into 0 will be plus 0, which will give us plus 4 as your final answer. So option B is the correct one. Ta-da! Personally, I like this sum very much. Okay, here we have very interesting question in which matrix A and B are given, and we have to check the correct relation from the options. First of all, let's see the order of the matrix. Both matrices are order of 2 cross 2, right? Both are same, so we can say all the options are possible because all the operations which are contained in the options are possible, right? Okay, so let's inspect one by one all the options. If we talk about the B option, it is A plus B is equal to B minus A, which suggests that our A should be equal to minus A, which is not true for the matrix A, right? Because it is not skew symmetric matrix. So we can say B option is not the correct option. Now let's check option B as well as option C. Let's see the option C. In option C, on left hand side, we have to find A into B. So first of all, we have to write A and B. So here it is. Now we have to multiply A into B. For that, we have to check the order. So yes, they satisfied the condition, and our answer will be in terms of 2 cross 2. So we can say our answer have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? Okay, now let's obtain one by one all the elements. The first element is in first row and first column, so we have to select first row, the first column. So yes, we select them, and now it's time to multiply the corresponding term. Cos alpha will multiply with cos beta, so we'll get cos alpha cos beta. Then minus sin alpha will multiply to the sin beta, so here we'll get minus sin alpha sin beta. right? Now let's move to the next term. The next element is in the first row and second column. So we have to select first row and second column, and then we have to multiply the corresponding term. So let's multiply cos alpha. Sinus minus sin beta will give us cos alpha sin beta. Then we will multiply minus sin alpha the cos beta. So here we will get minus sin alpha cos beta, right? So we should move to the third element, which is in the second row and first column. So let's select second row and first column and ready to multiply the corresponding term. So yes, sin alpha into cos beta will give us sin alpha cos beta, and then multiply cos alpha with sin beta will give us plus cos alpha sin beta, right? And the last element can be found from the second row and the second column. So let's quickly multiply the sin alpha with minus sin alpha. It's minus sin alpha sin beta cos alpha. The cos beta will give us plus cos alpha cos beta. Ta-da! Successfully multiplied two matrix. So it's time to simplify. If you see carefully, in first element we have cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta, which is actually cos alpha plus beta, right? Okay. Now the second element, actually if we take minus common, then it will say the formula of sin alpha plus beta. And similarly, in the third element, we already have the formula of sin alpha plus beta. The last term, if we take minus common, then actually we don't need to take minus common, right? It is actually formula of cos alpha plus beta. So tada, we have our left hand side. Now similarly, we have to find the right hand side, right? Our right hand side is b into a. So here we put b and a, and if we multiply b into a, we will get the same result what we get earlier, and it will give us the same simplified form. So here we can say AB is equal to BA. Ta-da! Option C is the right answer. If you check A, then you will get that A square is not equal to B square. Okay. Now the next question, in which two matrices are given and both have complex number I, right? And we already know that I is actually under root of minus 1, right? So we have to find that correct relation from the option. Now from the visual inspection, you can see A plus B or A minus B, both are not equal to 0, right? Now we have to check option B and D, and for that we need A square as well as B square. So let's find out A square by multiplying A with itself, and then we will move for the B square, right? Here we have our A and A, both have order 2 cross 2, so they satisfied the condition, and our answer will be order of 2 cross 2, right? That means we will have 2 rows and 2 columns, right? So let's start to multiply. First element is in first row and first column, so let's select first row and first column and multiply corresponding term. I into I will give us I square, and 0 into 0 will give us plus 0. Now second element is in first row and second column, so let's select first row and second column, multiply corresponding term. I 0 are 0 and 0 minus I is a 0. Now the next element is in second row and first column. So we have to select second row and first column. So let's multiply 0 with I, give us 0, plus minus I, 0 is a 0. The last element is in second row and second column. So let's multiply and get minus I is a I square, right? So finally we will get I square is actually minus 1, right? 0, 0, and again I square is minus 1. So here we get A square. And similarly we have to find B square, which is B into B. We have to multiply B with B, which is order of 2 cross 2. The answer is also order of 2 cross 2 with 2 rows and 2 columns, right? So to get first term, we will multiply first row and first column and we'll get I square. Then for the second element, which is in first row second column, we will select first row and second column, we will get 0. Now the next element is in second row first column, so we will select second row first column and multiply corresponding terms and get 0. And the last element, which is in second row second column, we will obtain by multiplying I into I square, and then 0 into 0 give us 0. So yes, we get B square as minus 1, 0, 0 and minus 1, right? So you can see A square and B square both are the same matrix. So option B is your final answer. Ta-da! Next question. If A is a matrix 0, 1, 0, 0 and AB is equal to O 0 matrix, then B is equal to question mark. Here you have to try trial and error method, right? So choose the options and multiply with the matrix, and if anyone satisfied the given condition, then it will be your answer. I will try option D. A and B, which is in the option, and we have to select, we have to check whether it is a correct option or not. So let's multiply A with B. Resultant matrix will be 2 cross 2. So let's find out first element, which is in first row and first column, by multiplying corresponding terms. So here we'll get 0, and then 1 into 0 will also give us 0. The next element, which is in first row and second column, is obtained by multiplying 0 with 0, give us 0, and 1 into 0 will also give us 0. Next is in second row first column, so let's select second row first column, multiply the 0 with the minus 1, 0 is 0. And the last one, which is in second row second column, is also hopefully 0 and 0. So yes, 0 plus 0. So we successfully get all the elements as a 0, which is your 0 matrix of order 2 cross 2. So A, option D is the correct option. Ta-da! In our next question, we have one matrix A 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 2, and we have to find A raised to 5. Yes, A raised to 5 seems difficult, right? But it's easy one. Actually, A is a scalar matrix, and scalar matrix has a property that if we have to find A raised to 5, then we just have to take 2 raised to 5 0 0 0, 2 raised to 5 0 0 0, and 2 raised to 5. That's it. Just take power to the each element. Okay. Now here we have to find a raised to 5 in terms of a, right? So we should take 2 raised to 4 common. So here we can get 2 0 0 0 2 0 and 0 0 2, right? So we get back our matrix A. Okay, so we can say a raised to 5 is 2 raised to 4 into a. So tada, 2 raised to 4 is 16a. Option C is your final answer. Here we have one khatanak question. A, which is order of 1 cross 3, B, order of 3 cross 3, and C is the order of 3 cross 1. Then it is given that A into B into C is the zero matrix A. Which condition will be satisfied? To get this condition, we have to multiply A with B, and then we will multiply the resultant matrix with the C. Okay, so let's start without wasting time. A with B. A is the order of 1 cross 3 and B is the order of 3 cross 3. They satisfied the multiplication rules necessary condition, and it is obvious that answer will be in order of 1 cross 3, which means resultant matrix have 1 row and 3 columns. So fatafat, let's find out the first element, which is in first row, first column, by multiplying the elements of first row and the first column. X will multiply with A, give us AX. Y will multiply with H, will give us YH, plus Z will multiply with G, will give us ZG. The element is in first row, second column, so we will select first row and the second column and multiply the corresponding term XH plus YB plus ZF, right? And similarly, the last element, which is in first row, third column, will be XG plus YF plus ZC. Now we get our A into B. Now this A into B should be multiplied with C, and they satisfied the condition of multiplication, and answer will be order of 1 cross 1. So we will get only one element. So let's multiply our row the corresponding columns element. So we will get x square A plus xyh plus xzg. Now the second element will multiply with the y, and we will get xyh plus y square b plus yzf, plus last element multiply with the z, and it will give us xzg plus yzf plus z squares. So let's simplify to get our final answer. The first one is ax square, then by square and cz square, right? So we select these three terms, squares of variable. Now it's time to get xyh and xyh. So we can say it will be 2xyh, then xzg and xzg. So we get 2 times xzg and yzf 2 times yzf. And we know that A into B into C is the zero matrix. So we can say, to satisfy this condition, ax square plus by square plus cz square plus 2xyh plus 2xzg plus 2yzf should be equal to 0. Tada! In our next question, we have to multiply 3 matrix A, B and C and the resultant is 0 matrix. It is given. We have to find the value of x. So first of all, we should multiply A into B, which is order of 1 cross 3 and 3 cross 3. So they satisfied the condition of multiplication. These two numbers should be equal to each other, and answer be the order of 1 cross 3. That means resultant matrix will have 1 row and 3 columns. So fatafat, let's find out the first element, which is in the first row and first column. So multiply first row and first column. 1 ones are 1, x 2s are 2x, 1 15s are plus 15. And then the next element is in first row and second column will be 3 plus 5x plus 3, and the last one, first row third column, will obtain by 1 2s are 2, x 1s are x, and 1 2s are again 2. So the resultant matrix will be 2x plus 16, 5x plus 6, and x plus 4, right? Now we have to multiply this AB with the C, and here they are 3 and 3. So we satisfied the condition, and the answer will be order of 1 cross 1. So we will have only one element, which will be obtained by multiplying 2x plus 16 with 1, which was 2x plus 16, then plus 5x plus 6 multiply with 2 will give us 10x plus 18, and finally x plus 4 will multiply with x. So here we will get x square plus 4x, right? So let's simplify. We will get 2x square plus, actually here we will have 6 2s are 12. So 16 and 12 will give us 28, and 2x and 4x and 10x will give us 16x. Okay, now it is given that A into B into C is the 0 matrix. So if we compare the elements of the matrix, then we will get x square plus 16x plus 28 is equal to 0. Let's factorize the polynomial. We will get x plus 2 and x plus 14 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to minus 4 are the possible answers of the x. Let's select from the option. So yes, option A is minus 2, which is the correct option. Ta-da! Now we reach to the very lengthy question. Here we have a matrix A of order 3 cross 3, and we have to find the value of A cube minus 6A square plus 9A plus 39A. Whew. Lots of pressure. A is given and we have to find A square. We know that A square is actually A into A. Both is the order of 3 cross 3. So without wasting time, let's get our resultant matrix, which also have 3 cross 3 order, 3 rows, 3 columns, and lots of work to do. The first element, which is in first row, first column, so we will multiply the corresponding terms and get 1 plus 1 plus 2. Now the next element, which is in first row, second column, will obtain by 1 into 1 plus 1 into will give us 2, and the last element into minus 1 will give us minus 1. Similarly, first row, third column will be get from the first row and third column like this. Okay, now let's move to the second row. The element is in second row, first column, so to multiply the corresponding terms, 1 into 1 will give us 1, then 2 into 1 will give us 2, minus 3 into 2 will give us minus 6. Now the next element in second row, second column, so it will be 1 plus 4 plus 3, and the last element of the second row is 1 minus 6 minus 9. Now it's time to last row, first column, third row and first column. 2 will multiply with 1, give us 2, then minus 1 and plus 6, and the rest of the two elements are 2 minus 2 minus 3 and 2 plus 3 plus 9. By simplifying this, we will get our a square, which is equal to 4, 2, 1, minus 3, 8, minus 14, 7 minus 3, 14. Okay, but still we have to find a cube, which is actually a into a square. So let's multiply a with the a square, and hopefully you will get 871 minus 23, 27 minus 69, 32 minus 39, 58. So we are ready to find a cube minus 6a square plus 5a plus 32. So let's do without wasting time. Let's get our equation over here and put the values of a cube and a square. We will get this kind of a term. Now we just have to simplify. The first element will be 8, minus 6 4s are 24, plus 5 and plus 13. Then next element will be 7, minus 6 2s are minus 12, 5 1s are 5 and 13 zeros are 0. Okay, and the next term will be 1, minus 6 1s are minus 6, 5 1s are 5 and 13 zeros are 0. So here we complete our first row. Now let's move to the second row. It will be minus 23 plus 18 plus 5 0. Next one is 27 minus 48 plus 10 plus 13. The last term will be minus 69 plus 84 minus 50 plus 0. Similarly, we can get the rest of the term, and to obtain the last answer, we just have to simplify. You will get minus 2 0 0 0 minus 2 0 0 0 and minus 2, which is actually, after taking minus 2 common, 1 0 0 0 1 0, sorry, 0 1 0 and 0 0 1, which is actually identity matrix. So the final answer is minus 2 I3. Option C is your final answer. Ta-da!